All right, niggas. Before we get started, let me do something real quick. Got a message to you fuck niggas. Better stick to the Pepsi Cola, boy. You listen to me, you listen good, because you keep running around here with the riff-raff, romanticizing no rigmarole, and I'm going to put a lacing on you. You never forget, you hear me? Now get. God damn it. Gotta talk to these niggas like slaves. They act like it. They act like slaves. Look it. Maybe that's the only language they'll understand around this biatch. You gonna win this bitch. Oh Lord, truth hit him like a tour bus. Yeah, man. We back in effect. These stupid niggas, man. I don't even know if I want to address you dummies on baby girl time, but nah, we gonna maybe we have a little swing time at the end. We'll go a little bit more in the stick to the Pepsi Cola. Scratch that Coke. My grandma, she turned over in her grave. I suggested some Pepsi, especially after they did with Mike. Thing with Mike is just we have bad. Stick to the Coca-Cola. I'm not a sponsor of Coca-Cola no shit, but I want you to get me mixed up with that. But I prefer Coke over Pepsi. But yeah, boy, stick to the Pepsi Cola, boy. Stick to the Pepsi Cola. Telling you now. You wanna know something interesting about that movie? Well, I don't want to guide people when I want to change, but anyway. So now, man, we back. I have to redo this one. I did this one already, but it's still up right now. I'm gonna take it down and replace it with this one because I was a little bit tired when I done it. Then I was taken aback about some of the shit I saw. I was really disturbed but let me take it back. I did doing my due diligence, doing some research on baby girl and looking at this one video and man, I never knew she had. First and foremost, she was under attack. Now I for one, and I think it's safe to say I can speak for most of us. First and foremost, and I don't know if I got into this in one of the other videos, but I was trying to say one of the other videos I did. I don't know if I got into it or not, but I was trying to say that she never. I think I did, but I don't think I explained it how I wanted to. Basically, what I was trying to say was she never got as big as she could have been. She never reached pop star. Well, she did, but it was almost like she got cut down before her star could reach its full potential, right? But it wasn't for the. I don't want to say it wasn't good. So music is for everybody. I don't want to say. I don't want to ostracize anybody, but because even when she passed, she had fans from all ethnicity groups, and she did get to. It's kind of hard to explain what I'm trying to say. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I can't say that because Whitney was. Okay, I guess put it like this. When you look at acts, R&B acts from the 90s, like the girls that was coming out, and the guys for the most part that was coming out, well, I'll put it like this. she passed to make the transition right when they started really pulling out the big budget for those big budgets for niggerdom shit. Really, hip hop. See, I had to separate because you already had your Whitney's, Mariah. Well, Mariah kind of falls into the, but Mariah transitioned into I guess you could say recreated herself because she was like a little bit after Whitney them, but then when that hip hop and R&B merge came in, she followed suit with that. That she should have too, because she fit right in with that shit. But she still was able to keep her what would be the best way to put it? Her she still was able to be in that same boxes or categories like Whitney and Patty and them. So she was like in the middle. But when you look at like Monica and Brandy, they were big names, but it's hard to explain what I'm trying to say. But I guess in a nutshell, I won't just sit here carrying on with the comparisons and shit. She didn't reach her full potential. Let's just leave it at that. Maybe I'll find a better way to put it, because I feel like I want to say it better than this. But but she did reach her full potential, soulfully, so to speak, within the black community, because we knew who she was. To us, she was just as big as a Mariah or Celine Dion. She may not have been. She was as big. That the impact that she had on us as a concentrated collective was the same as a Celine Dion or somebody, or a Barbara Streisand, so to speak. She just never got to reach that. She never got to get the stamp of the industry, which is not a bad thing. Because, and not to say the people that got a little further down the road, we're not trying to shit on nobody. Now, if the shoe fits, wear it. Excuse me, if the shoe fits, wear it. I ain't trying to step on nobody's toes, but I am finna say something. Now, she, from what I saw, first and foremost, this nigga been guiding me. When I went to jail, not finna show you, when I went to jail and shit, this nigga was leading me. You know, so you got spirit guys and shit. Yeah, but see, just like with Screw, see, them niggas was, before I even knew how to contact spirits and all that shit, them niggas was already trying to get at me. Like, I got a story with Screw that'll knock your socks off. I'm still trying to figure out, should I tell it or just put it in a book, because it's book worthy shit. But I kind of feel like I'm gonna have to get back up with him around the summertime. But I'm with him, fuck with him every day. But I'm trying to build, some bridges you gotta cross when you get to him. But because I was really supposed to go a little harder, pause. Yeah, we keeping the pause going. There's some niggas out there talking about niggas that use pause. Or some niggas talking about it's immature and niggas is really down. Niggas who say pause is really down low. I'm like, hold it. See, that's the shit I be talking about. See, I think the niggas who got a problem with pause, and I ain't gonna be as stupid as him and paint with that broad of a brush, but I will say this much. I think some niggas who really got a problem with a nigga saying pause, them be the gay niggas. So, Because why do you have a problem with it? It is, you don't see the, look, and it's all relevant because we dealing with baby girl, Paul's a name and all them or whatever. See, that was before ours. Now you gotta put two and two together. I'm gonna say this shit, fuck it. You gotta put two and two together. See, I understand the Paul's game now. See, that's for us. See, them niggas been on that shit. They was on it before it got out to the world because that was their thing or whatever, right? But that was their thing because they were in the. Now we know why. If you put two and two together, they were already in the industry where this shit was rampant, and we didn't know. So a lot of shit we was in the 90s and the 2000s, we wasn't thinking it was this much. And this is not to knock gay people. I'm not dissing y'all. To each his own. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to play. We ain't doing that. I always gotta make a disclaimer. But that shit was so rampant. Now that everything is being exposed and all these secrets coming out, what it caused me to do is look back. I say, oh, now I see where that shit come from. Because now, see, I always tell you, when they start pushing the gay agenda, that energy guy was like I'm telling you, I was at work one day when I used to work at this pizza joint. No pizza gate. I had gotta cross every I and dot every I, cross every T. I said some shit about 5 years ago. That was one of them days I was struggling, talking shit on Instagram, like hungry than a motherfucker, starving. And I was like, oh man, all I will is a slice of pizza. I didn't think about it until about 2 weeks later. I said, hold up. I hope niggas don't think that. No, I was talking about pizza, literally. But, and two little niggas came up in the joint. And one of them wanted sausage on their pizza. So he said sausage, and the other nigga was like, oh, he says more, And the dude was like, oh, come on, man, get out the bullshit, man. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. But that's how fucked up it is. Nigga can't even, see, when I was coming up, me and my homeboy would have walked in the pizza parlor and be like, the pepperoni sausage, we wouldn't have been like, we wouldn't have been looking at it. Oh, my homeboy eat a banana. He eat a banana. He peel a banana, eat the banana. We not looking like, oh, he got a glizzy in his mouth and all this old stupid shit. But that's evidence of how much this shit has pervaded society. It went from people being more from the closet to it coming out and now being an extreme. It went from hidden. Then when it came out of the closet, too extreme. So now, even I seen a bitch. But I remember when it really started jumping off. I remember this chick was like, when they started really pushing that shit hard. Pause. A nigga was like, some chick posted some shit and was like, niggas be going to jail because they keep catching up with their boyfriend or some shit. When I'm looking at this, I'm like, first of all, they don't even work like that. You go to jail, come home. And she was talking about, first of all, when you come home and go back, you ain't gonna necessarily it ain't even a guarantee that you going back to the same fucking place where they was at. But she's stupid, don't know how jail works. This was a dumb hoe talking. But I seen it then. Every little thing niggas start doing, or they start having a problem with, shit froze up. Ain't that up bit? Okay, this shit froze up on me. But every little thing, they start trying to push this shit on niggas. Or like this motherfucker was like, two men standing. Like when I was coming up, niggas used to patch up on apartments just to get out of their people house and shit. Pop, steal grass up out of there and shit, or whatever they hustling or whatever. Now two niggas man, want to patch up on an apartment. That's what we did when we was growing up. I went to jail before I got, old enough to start doing that shit. Well, I was 19, but I ain't never get it. I probably would have had my own shit though, but I could have been that nigga though too. Me and one of my partners be like, man, just go get about our people house, man. We patch up on an apartment, get a job, add on to the grind or whatever. But now, two niggas stand together. Oh, it must be some down low shit going on. Like, and even that's another thing too. See, they took R. Kelly. This shit was a total. You gotta look at the whole ritual. I already told you how they use this. They attack the relationship him and baby girl had, which technically speaking wasn't. It's not even spiritually speaking. It's not even illegal. It's only illegal because some people that's not from some foreign invaders that are not of our culture changed the rule and made our culture illegal. Therefore, and y'all fell for it. So that made it easier for them to attack baby girl. Cause I forgot it. But see, baby girl she kind of got low and it came back like. She came out 9-4. I think the scandal shit popped up like 9-5. So by the time she came back, they had kind of simmered down. But I forgot she was catching flack for that shit. She was catching flack. I think she was catching more flack than R. Kelly. He didn't start catching flack about that shit till the video thing came out. But that's what the video I was watching was showing, how motherfuckers was talking shit to her, and but a lot of the hate she was getting was from white folk, white people. The entertainment in it, she was so beautiful that that soul, that shit that make niggas glow was shine so bright. You could just see. We always saw it though. That's one of the things we loved about it so much. But we always saw it. That's why we were so attracted to her. It didn't take her to be some pop sensation. All it took was "It's Friday" and niggas everywhere lost their mind. She didn't have to be just when she first came out. It was just, that's what it was. We didn't need the confirmation of the entertainment industry and all the accolades and the Grammys. I don't even think she ever won no Oscars or no Grammys. I don't even be. So I get that shit mixed up. Show you how much I give a fuck about that. I never let a statue tell me how nice I am. Peace to Fife too. Look, let me show you that. I'm gonna come back to it. Make sure I mark where I'm at. Make sure I already see where I'm going on a tangent. So let me stop before I even go there. All right. But I want to say this about shout out to Fife. Now I'm gonna save that one for when we come back with Big. But anyway, so it didn't take out. We didn't need the confirmation of 400 million records sold, and even though she did her numbers, but and accolades and all that shit, but she did numbers, did soundtracks. They saw that it factor in her. But here's the thing: the more they see it in you, the more they had a bloodlust for her. The entertainment industry, the vampire within that, because that is a vampiric. The entertainment industry is vampiric. It's one thing I've saw. But we can see it now just off all the stories we're hearing now. But when I look at her story, you really saw it. Like shit, man, look. Hold on, let me make sure I don't want to go on a tangent. Okay, let me say what I was saying about Damon. The pause game. So I saw when it started getting to the point of outside the industry. See what was happening when I'm describing with the girl and people talking about 2 million, but the download shit too. That's what I'm saying. Download. So we can't even use download in its original sense. Download didn't have nothing to do with gay shit. Download was, hey bitch, you got a man, I got a woman. We need to keep your shit on the download so nobody find out. That's what download really meant. But something happened where they went on Oprah. I think they went on, some nigga wrote a book called Download. But DL or some shit, and it was, but he was talking about download gay shit. I think he went on Oprah or something, if my memory serves me correct. And from that point on, download or DL meant when you they took that and turned that into homosexuality. So much so that now that motherfucker went to, you can go to the 90s and hear niggas say keep it on the DL. Somebody now can use that and say, well, you know such and such really gay. You know you ain't. Oh, listen to this. 9-6. Hear that lyric? He said keep it on the DL. And the motherfucker be talking about a fucking woman. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm telling you niggas about, I was telling y'all about the back door shit. Back door, that's Houston slang. And it wasn't nothing about no back door niggas. Back door meant after. It just simply meant after. Nigga be like, who got you two niggas playing a video game? Anybody got next now? Or let me backdoor whoever lose. That means let me get next after whoever lose. It ain't had nothing to do with no sex shit, no dropping a nigga, jacking a nigga, no shit like that. So I'm just trying to show you how language get lost in translation. So anyway, where was I going with that? But the so anyway, I can see how now that I see that what we come to find out now is that the degree to which homosexuality was normalized within the industry has spread over into regular society. Therefore, it makes the pause game irrelevant outside of the music industry. Because from what I understand, it was just some music industry shit. Or they was doing it, saying that shit because they was in an environment where if you, I put it like this, if you in an industry or you somewhere where homosexuality is, there's a lot of gay people around, or you working in a work environment where there's a lot of gay people, it's gonna be a lot of gay jokes and shit told. So in a normal work environment, I eat a banana. That's like even that type of shit. Motherfuckers talking about this is the stupid shit they do today. The proper way to eat a banana. You see this type of shit online. The proper way to eat a banana, and you show somebody cutting it, and then they eating it in pieces. No, fuck that. I'm eating my banana the way we used to eat bananas as kids, because that's a true. I'm confident enough in my manhood. Because people try to use that shit. Well, you was confident enough in your manhood, you wouldn't mind. And some shit be like, no, I'm just. It has a place, but no, I'm not cutting. On the street, if I cut a banana up, I'm putting that shit in Frosted Flakes or oatmeal or some shit. But other than that, I'm peeling the banana and I'm eating that bitch like the monkeys. We eat the motherfucker in the tree. Get your funky black ass, Pookie. Put a lace on your boy. But Nino style, nigga. Anyway, but so if you see what I'm saying though? Or I seen another video where nigga was eating a hot dog, and his partner was like, oh, he was eating it like a regular nigga, and his partner was like, oh, I was like, man, we did not act like that when we was covered up, man. Nigga ate a hot dog, bro. Nigga was just eating a hot dog, bro. Period. So take it back to the little nigga who was in the pizza place. When the nigga was like, when the one little nigga was like, he wanted sauce on his pizza, and the other nigga was like, oh man. And even the little nigga who said it was like, oh come on man, get off the bullshit. Yeah, I was like too, man, come on man, get off the bullshit. But there's shit like that where you have to say pause just to make a nigga say, hey man, don't even go there. That ain't what I meant. So fuck them niggas, man. Talking about that, the Paul shit is this is immature. No, fuck. If you just to each his own, I feel it. I be because but go back to what I was saying. If you work in an environment where it's like gay people, it's gonna be a lot of shit like that. And them two little dudes wasn't gay; they was just playing around. But I can imagine that when you in an environment where it's like gay people, gay dudes and shit, it's a lot of that. So a nigga probably eat a hot dog. He's gay. He's too gay. All the gay niggas gonna be like, oh, there you go. Look at him. Oh, he's showing his skills or whatever. Pause. I have to pause on that. But I just don't even imagine. Yeah, I want to go too far up in that realm. But, but like I said, even my homeboy though, when he left, white folk, I hate that to do it to you. I know every white person ain't gay, but it comes from. You didn't see that in Africa like that. It comes. That's a story within itself. But I'll give you an example of more modern example. Now, where I'm from, we didn't play gay games or gay at all. You was straight or you wasn't. We ain't slap each other. You know, niggas started playing basketball, and even me with that, I let nigga know I ain't with that one. I don't even like women touching my butt. My homeboy used to do that shit. Pissed me off. We used to be in the motherfucking teen club and shit. Nigga be in that bitch chilling. Next thing, that's gonna touch me on my ass. What the fuck going on around here? That shit it happened about like 3 or 4 times. Like finally, I ain't know what could we do this shit and disappear. What the fuck going on around here? And then I finally called her motherfucking ass one day. That nigga her my boy. She got the same name as my mama, Renee motherfucking ass. Little chipmunk looking motherfucker. That nigga there, man. He be on some bullshit. I ain't never get to put that on her either. So all that was in vain. But yeah, man. I remember when my homeboy left, he went to he ended up moving to an area where the school was predominantly white. So he would give us reports back and be like, man, these niggas be like, these boys out here be tripping, bro. He's like, man, when we be in the locker room in the gym, these boys be doing all kind of gay shit. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, nigga slapping each other's ass and grabbing each other. Nigga like, whoa! Flag wanna play. So by the industry being predominantly or dominated by white males, I can only imagine the occurrences that go on within that industry. Therefore, the niggas that's in it that's straight, I can see them having to come up with something to distinguish themselves. Like, say, man, you going to the French stand? Pause. No, we don't mean it like they mean it. Something to distinguish. You know, I can see why niggas are saying this shit now, because the world is like that now due to the fact when they started pushing that LGBTQTZG agenda, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Not gay people, but the agenda, the forcing it down the throat, the forcing it down the kids' throat, the taking superheroes and making them gay. You never know Superman. It was terrible. Even Pac. Some shit they has just but all that shit, man. They know what they doing with that shit. So they tried to do something with Pac with some gay shit. I don't know what it was. I can't remember, but it was something. I don't know. A couple years, about 2 or 3 years ago, some shit pissed me off, but I don't even remember what it was. But they were trying something with that shit. But point I'm trying to make is niggas talk about, man, you niggas need to grow up. It's like, no, motherfucker, you need to tell the people to lighten up. Because it's the energy. You niggas don't understand energy. They do though. That's why you need to be lost in the sauce. I'm one nigga. I think you gay. You think that? I think you the reason you got a problem with a nigga saying Paul is probably because you gay. So you trying to revert. You put says let's get into jargon, conscious jargon. Let's get into our conscious jargon bag. Conscious jargon. You're projecting, buddy. in the conscious, in the jargon, in the conscious world of jargon, we call that projecting. So you're saying the person saying Paul is gay, but you're saying that because you really, maybe, now I'm not going to put that on you, but maybe you're gay. So you're mad because somebody's saying something to distinguish themselves from being gay because you're gay. Now I'm not going to say you're gay, but maybe you're gay and don't know it. Who knows? Not my problem. I'm just saying. You can't say these things and expect people to just sit here and not respond. Because you say that, and whoever listens to you run around this motherfucker thinking you are the law of the holy grail of YouTube or whatever the fuck. And hear me say pause, and like, oh yeah, they say that he must be one of them gay ones. And it's like, no, I'm not. So yeah, let's nip that shit to butt. To each his own. If I can say, hey man, I don't have no problem with gay people, to each his own, shouldn't be hard for you to say, hey, if you want to say pause, to each his own. You know, and we all got shit we criticize about it. But me, when I criticize somebody doing something, you better believe I'm gonna bust it down and show you how I'm gonna have a good foundation, firm foundation to sit my shit on, not just some dumb shit. So yeah. But to take it back, I just want to get that out the way too, man, because a lot of shit is getting out of control. Like I say, when I knew it was getting out of control when motherfucking girls was like, well, something must be wrong. Like, there's two guys living together. Like, yeah, bitch, that was when we was coming up. Niggas had to do with just doing that just to get out their mama house, patching up on apartments and shit, hustling out the motherfucker, or just having jobs to patch up so they get enough to get their own shit, and a nigga move out, get his own shit, and whatever. Since the fucking Obama came in and started pushing his damn, let the nigga go haywire with this agenda, and everything a nigga do is gay. You see how he stepped out the car? Oh, he put his left foot out first. But he was supposed to put his right, the left one is always on. No, this is the new. He might be gay. Gotta watch. He put his left foot. But you always put the left foot out first. It's the first one. No, see, this book, these niggas is weirdos, right? Man, these niggas is weirdos. So yeah, man, I don't know if that guy's gay, but I think you need to stick to the Pepsi Cola, boy. Before I put a lacing on you. Now get, I tell you. Stupid nigga. Make up your mind, nigga. You wanna walk with me? You wanna walk with God? That was a fuck that dummy said. Who wrote that shit to him? It's like Elijah Muhammad wrote it. Excuse me, that part itself. Not Elijah. Hold on. That shit sounded real Nation of Islam. But he's not of that ilk. But, yeah. So, yeah. But, anyway, to take it back to, David Grove in the music industry. So they was attacking her before that plane crash. My phone. The same way, see, that movie was a reflection of let me get some tissue. My goddamn nose. Now, that movie was basically showing you the bloodlust that they have for black people in general, because that which they lack. It's not just about, see, they're not just eating people to be eating them. As a matter of fact, the guy, the rabbi dude, when he was, I'm gonna have to get that video out. First of all, this is a scene from the movie. Disgusting. I'm disgusted. See now when you put this shit in context, see that dirty little, filthy little slime bag right there. Then you might be like, oh, that's just a fuck that. Fuck him. I don't give a fuck if it was just a movie. Cause there was some shit going on with this movie, man. I'm a little bit more, yesterday I was a little bit more aggravated when I did this first version of this one. I'm kind of, I was a little dehydrated, so and anger was invoked. Still invoked, but I don't want to spoil the video. But getting into this, I'm getting these moves switching right now. Just getting into this part of the fucking thing. But first and foremost, like I said, her name was Akasha in the movie. Akasha is the Akashic records of the Oshkosh, the subconscious mind, the black. They say when my Bible was saying one of the ways they was able to tell now even white people have melanin too. They just don't have it to the degree we have it. And I think they said they're melanin based. We're melanin beings. They're melanin based or something like that. Something he was saying. But it's basically, I'll tell you, even take it back to the Mad Max when he was using the files. This is where your detailed files is at. Your eternal ancient information sits in the subconscious mind. So but he was saying that's one of the ways they was telling something about I think in a hospital or something something. We were saying when people with dead bodies was coming in. They could tell who was black because in the back of the head it would be like this black resin, which that would be the Akashic record or whatever. Even when she when she died in the movie, all her skin turned black. They was trying to show you the melanin throughout the whole body. But the things that so in so many words we like drugs in them, because even the dude who was debating, the rabbi who was debating the Christian guy, or who was going back and forth with the Christian guy. I'm gonna have to get that. I'll probably have to play it on the next one. I got it on my other camera. But even he said they don't. To be matter of factly was this shit. He said they don't eat the. He said they're not cannibals. You consider themselves not cannibals. He said at least this particular group, because now we seeing shit where they eating all this shit. But he was saying they don't eat the body. They just drunk the blood. Because the most well, he didn't say this, but which will make sense. Because the more physical the melanin is, or the more dense element of melanin, the less dense the melanin is, the more effective it will be. If you take a piece of meat and just put it on the ground, or say you take a piece of meat that's like this and you just put it on the floor or whatever, or on the table, it just be right. It just hit right there and be solid. When you take blood, you spill it, it spreads. It's gonna spread. It's pervade quicker. You'd have to grind that physical melanin, crush it in order for it to spread more so. Because other than that, it's just gonna be dense or whatever. So by the melanin in the blood being less dense, it makes it more effective. I'll give you an example. When you take headache medicine, right? When you take an aspirin, you swallow an aspirin. When it first hits your stomach, your headache ain't gonna just go away like that. Why? Because the pill gonna have to break apart and spread out, get into the bloodstream, and go throughout the whole body. That's when this becomes effective. So this is why now the other shit you talking about, people eating all the body parts, whatever. That's probably some low level cracker shit or something. That's probably the low level. His guy, this dude, he was a tiny top, a real tiny top. So he was, he probably was some type of high ranking nigga not nigga, but high ranking cracker. As I say, cracker, I ain't talking about white folks and grit. I'm talking about the filthy slave master motherfuckers, the whip crackers. So it's like I always make my distinctions. Cause I'm quite sure you got a whole lot of white people out there that is just as disgusted and mad as we are. So we don't want to do that. We already got enough division around this motherfucker. So but so you have to understand the same way. See, they looking at, so when they looking at baby girl, they can see the goddess in her, even if they don't know what to call it. That's why they made her the Akasha. Because Akasha it wasn't a queen in Egypt named Akasha. But in the movie, she was an Egyptian queen named Akasha. They even made, this how you know they was really on some shit. They actually had a statue, actually made a statue out of it. Because they knew. So it's like, in the nigga world, we were supposed to, and this is how I know this to be true. Let me get another example. We'll just say sauteed food. I don't want to put that on nobody. Let me just, somebody, take it like somebody like Aretha Franklin, or one of our greats that passed. We're supposed to do that type of shit, but so we only see them as, we look at them and we just say, okay, we honor them as singers or entertainers, but it's a deeper level of that. So you look at Aretha Franklin, you be like, yeah, she's a diva and a classic singer and woo woo. But if you do a reading on Aretha Franklin, you be like, oh, this motherfucker was a queen in England and a queen in this lifetime and a magical badass kicking motherfucker in this time. And if you knew just who she was outside of just this one lifetime and who she was through many lifetimes as a soul, then perhaps we would say, you know what, when she did make the transition, we'd be like, we need to make a statue. Well, you see what they did? They did it with Michael Jordan. There's Pac got a statue, Michael Jordan, Martin Luther King got statues, and they make statues of the white people, Stonewall Jackson and all these motherfuckers. They do that for their people or whatever. But you ain't never heard nobody making a statue for Leah, who was more than worthy of a fucking statue. And I know this because just based off of who I am, her connection to me, but that ain't just based on me, her own shit. But I'm saying, we'll get into it. I don't want to go too far ahead. But they knew that she was a prominent figure. And I know, like I'm telling you, I'm Christ. Yes, that's real. And I'm telling you this so you, as I'm using it to show you just how deep it is. But before I even got to learn what I need to learn to get to the level of even knowing who I was, she was leading me through that shit. She was the one guiding me through that shit. Guiding me to. So I'm gonna show you how spirit works. I don't want to forget what we had no time. 15 minutes, okay. So we'll do that, and when I come back, we'll get back to the statue thing. So this should take, this should be about a good 15 minutes. So, I'll put it right here. Now, Neo in the movie The Matrix is actually playing me, or that character is based on me, right? We had to start getting to the. I can't play small with you motherfuckers. I didn't play small long enough, so I just started really talking to you niggas in the realm of reality. I always have, but I know you niggas. It should be evident right now if you've been following me long enough or listening to my information long enough, whatever. But so, but it took me to have to go. Well, it started before I got locked up. But I had to, the initiation process started in the free world. And then I went to jail. Had to come to the understanding that, okay, I am a divine being, or I am a God. And then had to come home and find out I ain't just a God or a Hey Woo, I am the Hey Woo. Because when I was in jail, I was like, okay, Horus represents us as Christ figures. We're all Christ figures if we raise ourselves up, and we all are the Christ. I was thinking about it like in those terms at first. We're all Jesuses at first. That's how I was thinking about it at first. But I always knew this damn, looking at my, and what made me, what confirmed the shit is my birthmark. That's what, not just information I was reading, but what further confirmed that what I was reading was real is because the birthmark on my thigh was in this, it's the shape of the eye Horus. So I said, yeah, this shit is real. And I remember telling myself one day, it looked like the sun. My birthmark. That's what the eye Horus is. But I remember being in high school one day, and you know, we used to get to school by like, there was the time of the year where we get to school and it still be dark. I remember one day I was tired, and then when the sun, it was still kind of dark. So you know, we walking around waiting for the bell to ring. So when the sun finally came all the way up, the tiredness went away. I said, I get my energy from the sun. Now that's basic shit. Everybody knows that, but it was a moment. But that day was always having a moment. I still remember that shit at Elsie High School on a street called High Star. Yeah, High Star. That's the street my school sat on. Elsie High Star. Irrefutable evidence, Sambo. So then I had to come home, but let me show you how it happened. Okay, so we were selling grass. And there was two guys that just come get weed, but it was really more so my homeboy clientele. I mean, my partner always, we was revolutionary type niggas, but we didn't know, we didn't know about magic and all this shit. We just was fight the power, Pac, type of shit Pac was on, just revolutionary type figures. Always trying to figure out how to make shit better for black folks. We used to have our little think tanks. That's why the crazy part about it, I guess, my partner name was TJ. This is the crazy part about this shit. Me and him used to sit in the crib and just sit and think of ways to undo what the white man did to us and just be thinking about ways to make shit better for black folks, right? When I got home, one of the first videos I saw was Bobby and a nigga named TJ doing the same shit me and TJ used to do. I remember talking to TJ one day and was like, what if every nigga in the club on a Saturday night was somewhere learning this shit like us on a Saturday night or some shit like that? So you know it, Bobby, when I got out and started listening to Bobby videos, he used to say the same shit. I mean, I think he had a lecture one night on Saturday. And he was like, it's the beginning of us waking up, because look at all these black people in here on a Saturday night when you can be somewhere dedicated to the preservation of shaking your ass in the middle of the club somewhere. And I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, damn, this shit is real. This really is the Matrixy type shit. Because I don't know Bobby personally. I never met him. Would love to, but I never met Bobby personally and shit. Another thing I tell you about Bobby too, I know these motherfuckers be spying on us. Ice Cube and High Learning, that's Bobby. You go look at the old videos of Bobby. We got the afro. You look at Cube with the fro. Cube was like a college student that was supposed to been graduated or left or some shit like that. Bobby will tell you he did 4 years on some academia shit, and then I think he did another 8 years just to have a hot in college some shit. A nigga that was staying in college with a nigga with knowledge who was staying about knowledge, who for lack of a better way overstayed his welcome or stayed longer than the average bear. Ice Cube, a nigga with knowledge who overstayed longer than the average bear was supposed to in college. Watch this shit. So these motherfuckers be on our nutsack, pause, for real. But and I don't even like saying that, cause that's why I don't tell them. That's why I don't never tell niggas get off my dick and all that shit. Cause you never was on it. You never ever. Maybe a girl I can say that to, but I don't invite niggas to the front stand in no form or fashion. So I don't. Sometimes I be want to say it because I know what it means, because niggas, but I don't. Because, you really be wanting, bitch ass nigga, get off my coattail or something. Yeah, I be trying to find another way to say that. But I just can't even say that. Because to tell a nigga to get off my dick, yeah, it implies that you was on it already. So I don't even say that. So that's how ill I am about my shit. So, if ever you thought it was some hint about me, no sir. But anyway, so but he met some dudes that was on some conscious shit, my partner TJ, and so one day he went to go take him some grass. Then when he came back with a stack of books in a manila folder. A stack of books in a manila folder with some papers in that shit. The papers was the 120 or whatever. Or I don't know if it was the whole 120, but I know the Supreme Alphabets was in there. So we was reading different books. It was Frances Cress Wilson, peace be upon her name. The ISIS Papers, the Hidden Hand, and some Illuminati book, and some other shit. What was it? What else? It was some other shit. I can't remember all the book. Chancellor Williams, Destruction of Black Civilization. That was one of the books. So they hit us off with that. So we used to flip through them, chop it up. Man, listen to this shit here, bro. Look what I found here. Woo, woo. But I remember reading the Supreme Alphabets. And the one that stuck out the most was the letter Z. Or that was the one I remember when I went to jail. That was the one which makes sense because my birthday is August 26th. The Z is the 26th letter. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8. The 8th letter is H. H. Houston. Aaliyah Haughton. There's some weird shit happened the other day. It was one of the ones I did a video the other day and I had the Bluetooth still hooked up to my damn speaker so it fucked my audio up. But in that one, I grabbed a dictionary. I forgot what word I was looking up. What we was doing, I can't remember. I was like, let me go get the Webster. And when I picked it up, I saw this ain't Webster. This is. When I looked at the book, the dictionary, it wasn't a Webster dictionary. It's a Haughton dictionary. I didn't pay attention to that shit till right then and there. Bad, good bad. Michael Jackson bad. This motherfucker, yeah. As much as I want to be angry and put the hand of God on these fucking bloodsuckers of the poor. I ain't gonna get emotional. Maybe a little when I get into the depths of this bullshit, but this nigga so powerful. This nigga is so much of a goddess. It is ridiculous. Ooh, it's so ridiculous. This nigga is that one, man. She's that mother. This nigga, like, I see her as a reflection of me, man. I know I'm a bad motherfucker. Oh, this nigga is so awesome. I just want to say that I love to, let me say this too, because I don't want to be insensitive to the family. I'm not a father. Even the father, he's straight though. He's up there with her, but his name is Mike. That's the Archangel Michael stuff, and he was a protective figure over her. Just like this nigga here, Mike. See how this just blowing my mind, but I don't want to come off as insensitive to the family, because to dial it all back, the mother lost a daughter, the father lost a daughter, a brother lost a sister, and other family members lost a family member. So I hope I'm not making this weird for them. Because the last thing I want to do is step on their toes in commission of this. Because it's not, I sit here and talk and laugh and joke about other shit around it, but don't get it fucked up. Just like last night, when I done the video, my energy was already a little low because I had did a long little hike yesterday. Was kind of dehydrated, but I was still trying to push through and do the video, on some alphabetical shit, because yesterday was the 1st of March, and A is the first letter of the alphabet, so I was, trying to push through, but I knew I was kind of, I was a little bit more emotional, my energy was a little bit down, so it was a little harder for me to be like I am now. So I was, damn near holding back tears and shit, especially when I was watching the video of these disrespectful bastards. But anyway, let me say this, and we'll get into that when I get back. I just have to say that because I don't want to come off like, I hope this is more so of this is meant in, I'm doing this in commission of redemption, because if I didn't do it, nobody else. I've only heard like one other person who spoke about her in regards to her as a goddess, and which was kind of like a alley hoop to me. And even he was speaking on how I just say he was saying how she was kicked them in their ass, just like I was telling you about the storm. That she pushed that R on the same day that they locked me up falsely under false charges. Same shit. She just, I don't even want to detail, but she kicked ass. I can show you what event it was, but we ain't gonna want to detail on that. Matter of fact, we will. But I don't want that stigma on her. But people bring shit on themselves. You do some shit to somebody, and you from a particular area, when the spirit answers that and retaliates, and innocent motherfuckers get fucked up, that's like bad apples, one group of bad apples spoiling a bunch of fucking it up for everybody. That type of shit, it's like you kill somebody across the way, innocent, for nothing, and then people come back and do a drive-by and hit motherfuckers that's down with you, but then instead of having to directly do with it, it's like, well, shouldn't have done it. Not that thing. But anyway, so yeah, because because I know it sounds coarse, but look what the fuck they did to us with her and this fucking movie shit and this plane and all this shit. So I don't have no really, I really don't have no qualms with. That's why I don't know. I always consider the family because I don't know how they feel about this, but I hope I ain't stepping on toes by saying this, but I'm a warrior spirit, so I have no qualms. But this is retaliation, my part, saying, hey, butchers, I love her though. But anyway, so now mind you, she was supposed to play Z. The character she was supposed to play in the Matrix was named Z. Now, I go to jail, and I finally get to the facility where I was going to do most of my time at. Now, this is when I first really met my enlightener. I already knew of him, but I hadn't really just talked to him personally. You know, I've heard him dropping knowledge before in ciphers before, but I never had a one-on-one with him. But I was sitting at the table. He was on the other side of the table cutting somebody's hair. That's Lu Dong Bing, Lu Tung Ping energy. He was cutting somebody's hair. That's the Asian barber. We'll get into that one day. But I looked down, and there was a manila folder sitting on the table. Now, the manila folder had a piece of paper sticking out a little bit, like it was like this right here. So it was a folder, and it was like the paper was sticking out like this here, right? And it had the 26th alphabet right there, Z. So when I looked down, I saw that. I saw the zigzag Z. I said, "Oh shit, this that shit." But I didn't get acquainted with it enough when I was in the free world to actually know what it was or what was going on. I've read it a few times. Like I said, we was going through everything. We was reading the papers, reading books, and just jumping from thing to thing to thing. So I never got to just lock in. So when I saw that Z, I said, "Oh shit, that look like that shit that we was in the folder we had." And it was in the same type of folders that we had, a manila folder, because I didn't know at the time, but when I got into the, that's the thing. Once you become a 5%er, you start taking notes of certain knowledge, and most people put their lessons inside a manila folder, and then all their notes and shit in a manila folder, and they call it a book of life. So this was his book of life. So I said, "Man, you mind if I look through this?" He was like, "Yeah." So I opened it up. I started looking at the alphabet. I said, "Yeah, this show is that shit." So that right there alone, they said, "Oh, so I'm gonna have to chop it up with this nigga," because we was on this before I got locked up. So it was like a continuation. But it was the Z that caught my eye. Z. And that was her. I didn't know yet though. You think that I got another example of how that happened with Screw. Screw was trying to get at me, not get at me, get in touch with me right after he passed. But I wasn't privy to this type of information. So I didn't know what was going on. And then when I came home, I had another revelation. I had a dream. And I didn't put this shit together. The dream, I didn't connect the two dreams until I did the videos back over the winter or whatever. When I did the dedication to him or whatever, I didn't make the connection to just now, 2020. The first occurrence happened in 2002, right after I graduated. And then the next time, the channel he hit me with after that, so that I could make the connection between the two again, was about 20. When that was, I think it was when I first got this shirt. Yeah, I first got this shirt. I think it was a little before that. I think it was like 2012. And I didn't make the connection till 2024. I said, "Ain't that some shit?" I said, "Man, I don't know. I was gonna say it in the lecture, or in the video, but then I said, I might need to put that in the book because it's some book worthy shit. I might go ahead and say it though, because I got some other things I want to deal with. I didn't finish. I'm not necessarily finished with that, but I want to say something for his birthday. But yeah, and I chopped it up with it yesterday. She was like, "Yeah, nigga, that was me. Nigga, she was like, nigga, I've been that shit watching you like a hawk in the sky, and yeah, nigga." She was like, "That's me. You, nigga. You the one." Yes. I'm gonna take a break. And I'll be back. I'll be back. This shit is too great.